Translation: the devotees with their perfect eyes see the transcendental form of the Purusha who has thousands of legs, thighs, arms and faces, all extraordinary. In that body there are thousands of heads, ears, eyes and noses. They are decorated with thousands of helmets and glowing earrings and are adorned with garlands. Purport: with our present materialized senses we cannot perceive anything of the transcendental Lord. Our present senses are to be rectified by the process of devotional service, and then the Lord Himself becomes revealed to us. In the Bhagavad Gita it is confirmed that the transcendental Lord can be perceived only by devotional service. So it is confirmed in the Vedas that only devotional service can lead one to the side of the Lord, and that only devotional service can reveal Him. In the Brahma Samhita also it is said that the Lord is always visible to the devotees whose eyes have been anointed with the tinge of devotional service. So we have to take information of the transcendental form of the Lord from persons who have actually seen Him with perfect eyes, smeared with devotional service. In the material world also, we do not always see things with our own eyes. We sometimes see through the experience of others who have actually seen or done things. If that's the process of experiencing a mundane object, it is more perfectly applicable in matters transcendental. So only with patience and perseverance can we realize the transcendental subject matter regarding the Absolute Truth and its different forms. He is formless to the neophytes, but he is in transcendental form to the expert servitor. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Verse again, Pashyanti ado rupam adhabra chakshusha sahasra padoru bhujananad bhutam sahasra murdha shravanakshina sikam sahasra molyambara kundalalola sat. The devotees with their perfect eyes see the transcendental form of the Purusha who has thousands of legs, thighs, arms and faces, all extraordinary. In that body there are thousands of heads, ears, eyes and noses. They are decorated with thousands of helmets, and glowing earrings are adorned with garlands. In the verse, the one word comes, adabra. Adabra here is Pashyanti ado rupam adabra chakshusha. They, devotees, see with, adabra means perfect, with perfect knowledge, perfect eyes, chakshusha, which means there is also imperfect eyes. We jivas in this material world, known as jiva bhuta, conditioned souls, actually we don't have eyes. We don't have vision, we don't have intelligence. We are covered. Vishnu Puran says, Yaya shetagya shakti sa veshtita nirpa sarvaga. Sarvaga means going everywhere. This jiva, we can go anywhere. Actually, we can go anywhere. Like Narad Muni goes anywhere. Where Vishnu goes, his devotees follow. We've seen Srimad Bhagavatam, Vishnu has come. So did so many of his followers, devotees. By his mercy, they can go anywhere. We cannot go anywhere now. We are conditioned souls. So sarvaga means conditioned. Sorry, I'll hold this. So practically we are covered, as Vishnu Puran says, Veshtita Nirpa Sarvaga. Sarvaga means jiva can go anywhere, but not now. Now we are Veshtita, covered. So being in this covered state, as I mentioned, we don't have vision, we don't have intelligence, we don't have senses. We may say, okay, we have some intelligence. That like even an ant has intelligence. and he's going that way, then he hears some vibration. Okay, better go the other way. That much intelligence he has. Plant has some intelligence. I'm growing here, light is coming from there, so let me grow there. That much little intelligence we have. But do we have intelligence to figure out this material world? What is it? How did it start? What is my role? And what is actually going on? Do we have that intelligence? We don't have intelligence. How are we going to figure that out? How can we see anything? We cannot see. In this state, we have to admit our frailty, our imperfection. Now, in the, for example, modern system of science and education is called empirical. Empirical means we'll use our brain, our senses to get knowledge, to figure out what is space, what is matter, who am I, what is this ocean. Really, we'll figure that out. Actually, we cannot see our nose. I cannot see my nose. What is it? I have to ask you, what is that? I have to see a mirror. I can't see back of my head. I want to see space now. How will I see? Okay, we'll see with the telescope. Who made the telescope? We, our imperfect senses. This empirical system of knowledge will not lead us to knowledge. It's known as aroha pantha. Trying to understand with our own intelligence and mind, that is, we'll be frustrated. And that's whole history of material world. We study history in school. History is people trying to do things and getting frustrated, trying to conquer the world, trying to find some cure for some disease, trying and failing. This is our history of the material world. There's a term for that, very familiar with most of you here, the Dr. Frog philosophy. Prabhupada gave this, well, it's there in, must be in Hitopadesh, in Niti Shastra, it must be there, that somebody who tries to figure out something based on his little limited knowledge. For example, the example is given of the frog who went and saw the Atlantic Ocean. So he came back to explain his friend. I saw a huge ocean, and this other frog is in their house, which is one well. How big is a well? You can get very big wells. Some wells can be big, but not like the ocean. So he told his friend, frog, that I saw ocean, it was very big. Big like this? No, it was very, very big. 10 times our well. No, it's big. It's a very big water body. 100 times our well. So how can this frog understand what is the Atlantic Ocean with his limited senses? Our senses are limited, not limited. Practically, we don't have sense. So we cannot get knowledge and we cannot get vision what's going on in this world. In sometime in the newspaper, we have these puzzles. So they have a maze, uljan. So this maze, sometimes they have it in a park, and there's someone in the middle. Now come out. How can you come out? You'll try. You'll come out. You'll hit a block. Come back. But how can you actually come out? If someone is on top and sees, he can guide you, but he should not be in the maze. So this material world is a maze. It's meant to frustrate, and we cannot figure out what's happening. We're in it, and we are subject to the laws and to these events, but we can't figure out what's happening with this mind and senses because we have been given defective mind and senses. And that's part of that material life, that I'll use my defective senses to try to get some benefit materially. This is illusion, because I think that I'm earning money. Actually, that money is my karma. I think I'm curing disease and all that, but it's given there when health will break down, when it will not, when money will come, when it will not come. But my vision, I'm thinking that I am sorting it out. It's an imperfect vision. At least we should have so much sense to understand that we don't have sense. That will save us. That must say, if we cannot figure anything out, at least figure out that I cannot figure it out. That will save us. Otherwise, we'll be like that We'll be stuck in the maze. In this material world, we'll be stuck. We'll not be able to get out. And it's very uncomfortable, very disturbed. Not to know what's happening, it's a very disturbed state we are. So, another analogy of this material world, I said maze, but another is Urdhva, Ashwatta. Urdhva Moolam Adah Shakham. Ashwatta Prahur Avyayam. Which kaunsa adhyay? Bhagavad Gita. Urdhva Moolam Adah Shakha Ashwatta Prahur Avyayam. It is said that there is Ahu, it is said that there is an upside down banyan tree with the roots going up and the branches are going down. As you go down, Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedavit. The leaves are the hymns of the Vedas. And Yastam Veda Savedavit. One who understands this tree understands the Vedas. Or as Prabhupada put in his translation, understands the purpose of the Veda. Upside down tree. What is the characteristic of upside down tree? As you come down, it becomes more variegated and more distributed branches, and you cannot understand where is the trunk, where is the branch, where is the beginning, where is the end. So this material world is like this. We are stuck in the middle of the tree. We cannot understand how this world came and how things are happening. I see a very good, nice person, nothing wrong, then he gets very sick, or something very bad happens to him. How is this happening? I can't understand. Why is he suffering? Why is it happening? Because I cannot have the vision to see. But he's doing everything nice. But I don't understand the law of karma from the previous life. Or I'm every day going to work, earning money, thinking I'm earning the money, I'm doing everything. I'm not understanding that karmana deva netrena jantur deho papatte. The jiva gets a body according to his karma, and therefore his ability, disability, and whatever karma, anything he gets is due to the divine system. Karmana devena, deva netrena, transcendental oversight of God, demigod under God. They are putting us in this body, making us suffer or enjoy. So I can't have that vision. I can't see, I cannot see. I am in the middle of this banyan tree, cannot understand where it came from, where is the beginning, where is the end, and how to get out. But I'm lost in the tree, trying to come out of it. I cannot. This is material life. Now I can sit and speculate and dream of why I think this tree came, this is our philosophy, very nice philosophy, let's discuss it. Let's study this philosophy and do it in the college and discuss my view of what I think this material world is. Then another philosopher will discuss his. And like that, everyone has his philosophy. Or the scientist with his imperfect vision, he'll try and he'll tell us, actually this world is, actually there's nothing, it's just our imagination. It's a dream. So, okay, we can do that, or we can try to find a perfect source of knowledge and become uncovered. Our senses are covered. We cannot get this perfect knowledge. So this banyan tree we are in, as the Upanishad, Kathopanishad speaks about it, and our Bhagavad Gita. It also says how to come out of this tree. Because while we are in the tree, we cannot see anything. Yet, it is up to us that we must come out of this suffering condition. An intelligent person will try to come out and get real knowledge. So how can we get the proper knowledge? How to come to reality? Is this reality? Some people tell us, come to reality. What are you doing? Dancing, chanting, worshipping some picture. Come to reality. Live in the real world. Get a job. No, but even we have a job. We may have a job and be in this world and be in the reality. But we should not see that that is the reality. So reality, what is the word for reality in Sanskrit? Satyam. Satyam. It comes from the word Sat. What does Sat mean? Eternal. Eternal, not temporary. So when we say come to reality, we are saying come to Sat. Actually, Veda says that. Where does it say? Asatoma Sadgama. Come out of the illusion. Don't be stuck in the tree. Don't be in the maze. Come out. Come out. Come and see properly what is going on. Have the vision, but we don't have the vision. So get it. Get it. Understand how to get the vision. And they're called seekers. Jigyasu. Seekers. They seek knowledge. They figure out there's something wrong with what people are telling me. This scientist fellow and this philosopher, they're going on and on speaking something, but they're changing their opinion so regularly. So let me try to understand what's going on. They tell me I have to work like a donkey and get some benefit, but why am I working so hard? I'm supposed to be intelligent. But I'm seeing these dogs running around, they're not working at all. None of them has a degree. I didn't ask them, but they're all eating, they're all having a life. So really, is this the life that we're meant to live? So, Sat, Veda says, come to Sat, come to reality. Sadgama, come out of the darkness. What is darkness? Lack of knowledge, no knowledge. Come to the proper light. Come to reality, Satyam. Satyam is reality. Veda says that. Okay, so let's come out. So how do we do that? The Vedas explain, so come out of reality, and it's telling us why we are trapped. We are trapped because of a misconception. We have a wrong conception of this world. Our vision is I am going to enjoy. I'll enjoy this body. I'll enjoy this world. I'll enjoy bodies related to me, family, society, country. This is a wrong conception. This is calm. It's called calm. Due to calm, we suffer. Kama esha, krodha esha, rajaguna samudbhaha, mahashana mahapapma. Krishna says this is the biggest sin, is when one tries to enjoy this world which it's not ours. Neither is the body mine, neither are the senses belonging to me and this world. We have to use it for who it's intended. So our suffering is due to that misconception, wrong conception, that I'm in this world as enjoyer, exploiter. That is they're giving us a materialistic concept of life that makes us get covered. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita this is mentioned, that originally the jivas are with Krishna, but Krishna bhuli se jeev bhogavancha kare nikatastha tare maya japati adhare. The jivas are with Krishna, but they desire not to serve Krishna, to enjoy this world. So nikatastha tare maya japati adhare. So next to them, japati literally means slap. So Maya slapped the jiva and he fell down. We are covered. So this covering came because of our doing. After being covered, we do not have our original. Jiva is sarvaga, Vishnu Puran says. And Bhagavad Gita says, sarvagataha. But now we don't have it. We don't have this ability due to wrong decisions. We are not sarvaga, we are covered. I cannot even, like I'm on this ground, I cannot decide to fly up. I cannot go up. I cannot do anything practically. I am covered, I am conditioned in this material world. So now, come to the reality. Reality means that reality is also Sat. Why is this material world not known as Sat? And why is this matter not Sat? Two reasons. One is it's temporary. Whatever situation we are in now, it's temporary. I'm identifying as a certain gender, a certain member of a certain society, family. It's temporary. It will change. Then it will change again, then again, and again, again. This is Asat. What is Sat? Sat is soul. Soul is real. I am eternal servant of God. This is Sat. We should live on that platform. Asat means temporary. So matter is Asat. One has to develop the spiritual vision. So reality is that behind this matter there is spirit. This matter is resting on spirit. And there is a source of all the spiritual energy. Parasya Shakti Vivedeva Shruyate. Having variegated Shakti, energy, that is God, Krishna. All energies come from Him. Akhilatma. So the supreme Akhilatma means the complete soul of everything, Krishna. Reality is Him. We have to live in relation with that reality, not in relation with temporary body and these things. To come to the reality is the goal of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. The goal is to bring these jivas from this covering illusion where we are struggling so hard. We don't need to struggle so hard, but we are struggling hard due to agyan, lack of knowledge. We are driven, and analogy is given in the Shastra, Srimad Bhagavatam, in second canto, of the donkey who carries very heavy weight for the farmer, for the dhobi, everyone. They carry heavy weight and struggle. They don't try to run away. They just do that. Why is the donkey struggling like that? Because the donkey is thinking, I have to serve this rascal because otherwise I'll not get food. Actually, this donkey doesn't know, he doesn't have sense to understand that food I'm looking is everywhere. I can just go roam around, I'll find grass, there I'll find something to eat. But he doesn't have the sense to know. I had to struggle hard like this, but he does not have to. But material life is like that, it will make you struggle. Karashati. Manashastani indriyani, prakritisthani, karashati. Bhagavad Gita says, jivas in material world, they struggle hard. Actually, the more one is sinful, the more he has to struggle. And the lower we are in the guna, the more we will struggle. But when it comes to knowledge, like sattvic, sattvagun, intelligence, they will not struggle. Still they struggle. Everyone in material struggles. But like the intelligent capitalist, he'll engage others to struggle and he'll sit at home and the money will come somehow. Expert person, he'll figure out how to get about. But more sinful people, they need to struggle. We see in city, they struggle. Not in the village, not much. But both are eating. But sinful materialists want material sense gratification. For that we have to struggle like a donkey. We have to. So now, for us to really have vision, what is reality, where am I, and what is the source of everything, what is the sustenance, what are the laws this world is working under, we have to get real knowledge. Real knowledge is Divya Gyan, spiritual knowledge. Spiritual knowledge comes through Shastra. Not only Shastra, but Sattvatas, those who took shelter of Shastra. And Sattvat is the supreme personality of Godhead. And who took shelter of the Sattvat is known as the Sadhu. So those who are taking shelter of the proper knowledge of the Vedas, uncovered knowledge, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead and His followers, they can actually understand what's happening. Now when we are saying in this world, we want to have to know what is going on. Actually, yes, we have to know who is the person behind this creation. Okay, now again, unintelligent people will say this is energy. Energy has no intelligence. Energy, like light is energy, it doesn't have intelligence. Intelligence is a prerogative of a person. Persons are intelligent, not energy. So a supreme intelligence is behind this creation. We want to know about that personality. Okay, so we have to, here it says here. Now, okay, so to know about this world, actually the question comes as who created it? We have to know that person, then we'll know everything. We'll know about this world, we'll know about us, we'll know everything. Once the supreme knowable becomes known, then everything knowable becomes known. That is a verse in Bhagavad Gita. I forgot the Sanskrit. In the purport here it's mentioned, with our present materialized senses we cannot perceive anything of the transcendental Lord. No, it's covered. We can't perceive. Uncover your senses. How? Prabhupada said, dovetail. Dovetail. We have to connect to the Supreme Lord, become attached. Dovetail means attach to the Supreme. Then our intelligence becomes supreme. Our consciousness becomes supreme. Intelligence, consciousness. Because now, right now I am using my limited karmic intelligence. But when I connect to Krishna, then unlimited intelligence of the Supreme Personality, I have access to that. I have access to all knowledge. Approach the Supreme Lord. How do you approach Him? How to become uncovered of this material energy? Here the purport explains. It is confirmed in the Vedas that only devotional service can lead one to the side of the Lord. Through the process of devotional service, bhakti, we will get transcendental knowledge. Bhakti gives knowledge and detachment. This is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tatvatah, chapter 18. Recent one comment came in YouTube that when we quote verses, we should quote the number of the verse. But I don't know the numbers. I memorize verses, then it's hard to say which exact. Some I know. Bhagavad Gita 18:55, Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tatvatah. By devotional service, one can know me in truth, tatvatah. Because some people say, I know Krishna. We are worshipping Krishna from birth. We are worshipping Krishna for generations. Tatvatah. Understand Krishna in truth, it's not easy. Manushanam sahasreshu sahasre. 1 in a million will actually understand God in truth. We have to understand. How do you do that? Bhakti. We have to begin devotional service. We have to admit that our brain and senses cannot make sense of this world and the reality. We are stuck in this maze. How it came, how to end it, we have to come to God and serve God. Serving. This is devotional service, bhakti. Through the process of bhakti, actual knowledge can come. This is again said in Brahma Samhita, in Srimad Bhagavatam. Here, it's in Bhagavatam here. But Brahma Samhita says everything that's in Bhagavatam in a concise summary. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santa sadaiva hridiyeshu vilokayanti yam shyama sundaram achintya guna swarupam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Premanjana churita. So we can see God when our eyes are tinged with devotional service, the cream of devotional service. This means by doing bhakti, our proper spiritual senses manifest. How to come to knowledge, how to know God? The process is the same as the means. Begin to practice bhakti, then we develop proper vision, proper senses, proper intelligence, and the goal is we will be able to do bhakti properly. By all servants of God, we are meant to serve God. Now in a conditioned state now, we can use our senses and whatever we have, material body and silly. But the final perfection of bhakti is that we in our spiritual body and senses can serve the Supreme Spirit. That is the perfection of bhakti. So Brahma Samhita says that the devotee, only the devotee can see Him. Can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead by doing bhakti and getting the proper vision through eyes smeared with the ointment of bhakti. Prem anjana churita bhakti vilochanena. Vedeshu durlabam adurlabam atma bhakto. Those who want to find God in the Vedas, Vedeshu durlabham. Yes, you can, but it will be very difficult. Not impossible, but very difficult. Because you're using your own brain and intelligence. Vedeshu durlabam adurlabam atma bhakto. But the devotee who engages his mind, body, words in service of God, he will be given the knowledge. Whatever is required, Krishna will give that knowledge. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. He says in chapter 10, text 10, Bhagavad Gita. we'll get spiritualized senses to see God. So here now in this verse they're describing Mahavishnu. The devotees with their perfect eyes see the adhabra, it says that, adhabra chakshusha pashyanti ado. Perfect eyes. We have eyes, they're not perfect. Perfect eyes, ears, intelligence will come by when we connect to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They see that He has thousands of eyes, ears, legs. Achyutam anadim anantarupam. Supreme Personality of Godhead has many forms. So many forms. So here it says, we have to take information of the transcendental form of the Lord from persons who have actually seen Him. So we'll take it from Shastra, but we may not understand Shastra properly. So we take shelter of people who understood Shastra. Now you may say, I'm not going to take shelter of any person. I'll with my own eyes. This is common. Kali Yuga. All religions, in some groups in Christianity are rejecting priests. They say no priests. We should just read the Bible. It's me, God, and the Bible. And other streams also, they're questioning. They said only religion is that I will serve God and look at God. I don't need anyone in between. But actually, even in material life, we need someone to tell us things we have not seen. So how does Lakshadweep look? Looks like this, like that. These are the pictures. Okay, I'll go. How do you know? How you're trusting Him? You didn't see, you didn't actually see it. You're trusting someone else's vision. This is how it looks. So we'll go. So then what to speak of spiritual? Spiritual matters also. Some have seen it. Tattva Darshina they're called. Those who have seen the truth, they're called Tattva Darshina. And so let's ask them, how do we go? How do I become pure like you? And what is the form of God? So that perfect knowledge can be gotten through devotees and through Bhakti Shastras. These Shastras which guide us to the Supreme Lord through Bhakti. How will we do it? It says here, only with patience and perseverance can we realize the transcendental subject matter. For many, many births we have been in this state of material consciousness. And so now, for us to come to the spiritual level, it's not going to be immediate. We have to overcome so much dirt, cobwebs. And through the process of chanting, when we chant Hare Krishna, Chetodarpana Marjana, we clean the consciousness, then we can actually see. We can see ourselves and our super self, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Paramatma. But in a mirror, if it's dusty, we cannot see. But when we clean, we can see. So the chanting of Hare Krishna, now, this is the main form of bhakti by which one can develop proper vision to understand who they are. And the highest form of bhakti of worshipping the Supreme is chanting His names also. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. So this is the foremost way. So if we want to come understand the reality and the root of this material creation, we have to understand through Shastra and through these Acharyas. Particularly in this age, and study the Vedas. By chanting, we'll get intelligence to understand. Spiritual intelligence comes. We may read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam without chanting. We'll get some idea, but actual knowledge will be revealed when we approach the Supreme in His terms. He's saying chant. We have to chant. Hare Krishna. Any question? Yes.
I have heard from during most of the lectures, Maharaj, Sannyasi Maharaj and all. Most of them were during lecture they tell that we currently don't have the eyes and vision.
Yes.
For their stature, they are telling. But that means that no one in the world has ever has the eyes to see the Lord. Only after quitting the body and getting transferred to the Vaikuntha, only then we get see.
Actually, there are people who see and see in dreams, and they say it. There are. And for example, Rasikananda, if you read that book, he describes Supreme Personality of Godhead, came to him, told him, okay, you finish your pastimes, come back. And but even the vision to write that, it was written by someone else who had vision to see that pastime, which after it happened, one of his disciples or God brothers, he wrote it. So there are people, it's mentioned even in our Shastra, they see the Supreme. They see, it's possible to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even before we go. Because if we attain perfection now, we don't have to wait for that. Even becoming free from suffering and seeing, if we read, for example, Jaiva Dharma, Harinam Chintamani, there it explains there that when one chants purely, he's pure. Then he actually in Brahma Samhita also, it's commentary by it's Bhaktivinoda Thakur, translated by Bhakti Saraswati Thakur. There it's mentioned, he'll be living here, but he'll be able to see the vision. He'll see Goloka. Wherever devotee lives is Vrindavan. While he's living, if he's in a perfect state, he'll be seeing the Leela as it's going on in Goloka. He'll be able to see. And there are personalities ISKCON that happened. One in a book was written about that, and some authorized people explained that yes, this is true. They're actually seeing it. Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada.
Huh?
Srila Prabhupada, I have heard and Prabhupada has mentioned
Yes.
lot of instances once a devotee asked Prabhupada was in the room, then he told I was doing wrestling with Balaram. And in one instance on the stage, he told Narada Muni is coming, please put the Vyasasana.
Yeah.
He had that.
He saw Gorditai. He saw different personalities. That's true.
But while speaking to the audience, they speak like we currently don't have the eyes. They include them also, but they have seen it. But they can say no, I have seen it. But they don't.
The characteristics of a pure devotee is that he'll not say. He won't say. Many reasons are there. One is that others will take it cheaply. He's seen. I've also seen. And here I also saw. I will say, I've seen God. That's one reason. We're in Kali Yuga, especially now. Material world, but now especially. It will be misused. Another thing is that even if you've seen, the other person still has to chant and do everything. That I've seen, so it won't change. I mean, others still have to do it. They have to do the process. They shouldn't try to now see also. Actually, Krishna himself will become visible to the person who's already pure. But it's very much true that, all of you are here, you will even vouch for this fact that we may not see Krishna, but we begin to perceive. And as we go on, we perceive. As Prabhupada said, that we may not see the sun, but we already saw the sun rays and we saw the light and understand there's a sun and it's coming. And in due course, the sun will come. That's what happens at sunrise. So we are perceiving while reading Bhagavatam, while going on book distribution, we are seeing things are happening. You can understand there's some personality behind all these events. Even before we see. Yeah.
This perception of Krishna, that even without seeing him like sun rays, we are seeing to some degree. How do we increase it a little bit more? Because already it's very negligible practically that when we are seeing anything day to day, it's on a gross level. We are seeing, okay, I am suppose mopping the floor, or I am doing whatever activity I have to do. In that activity, how do I see Krishna more?
That is there in Bhagavad Gita, that yeyatamam prapadyante. We are keeping some for ourselves, our attachments. It could be mental, or gross, or subtle. When we let go more, Krishna will reciprocate more. If in a second we can give up everything, it will be revealed immediately. But it takes time for some people. So then that takes time. We have to give our materialistic conceptions, then we'll see. Practically how? Increasing our intensity of devotional service, practice. Yeah.
As you said,
Vijnaniyam. Krishna says, the Acharya, the Guru, we should see him as God. Acharyam, Mam, that I am, it's me, I came to guide you and everything. Navamanyeta karhichit. Not to think of him as some ordinary. Even in Dashavidha Namaprad, one of them is Guru Avagya. Avagya. Gya means knowledge. Avagya is to misunderstand the Guru as belonging to a mundane status. Because in one quote of Prabhupada he says, Guru is not the body, it's the principle. Don't see that bodies come, Guru is here. No, Guru, the body may not be there, that person, but the Guru is there very much through his instructions. So with mundane vision, one may see that Guru is also brushing his teeth. I'm brushing my teeth, he's sleeping, I'm sleeping. But that is Guru Tattva, you have to understand. Guru Tattva. There's a lot in Prabhupada's notes explaining about the Guru, you have to understand that. The understanding of the Guru, this is important, it's our duty to understand. Because why it's so confusing for us, Guru Tattva? Two things in Guru Tattva and Shiva Tattva. They both, because Vishnu Tattva is there, Jiva Tattva, Shakti Tattva. Now Shambhu Tattva, Shiva Tattva, Guru Tattva, they're both difficult because it's a play between matter and spirit. I'm seeing a material body, so-called, but now it's acting on a spiritual level. I'm taking spiritual guidance, but I'm here in the material world, he's also in the material world. So because of this play in matter and spirit, we can become confused. So what we have to do is give up the vision of our material eyes and see through Shastra, Shastra Chakshu. Okay, and there you have to see the Guru through eyes of Shastra, that he's following everything, he's practicing, and he has been given initiation as a Guru. So he is on that platform. He is there guiding, giving Krishna's guidance to me, and I took Diksha from him. So we have to see through Shastra. Through tendencies to see through these eyes, that is there because from beginning we are doing that for many generations, but see through Shastra, then we'll get a proper understanding of what is going on. Yeah. Yeah.
So we all have one body in one lifetime and we have one face. And throughout the entire life we have to go through it. Does the Supreme Personality, the most attractive person, has one face? Because he has thousands of faces, thousands of faces.
Yeah, now Supreme, if you, actually who is the Supreme? Supreme, when you read in Shastra, we speak of Vishnu and all. But the root of everything is Shyam Sundar, Krishna. So the absolute, in Rig Veda it says Brahma Devaki Putram. The Supreme Brahman is son of Devaki, Krishna. Yeah, he has a form, he has one form, he has one face and everything. But he expands and incarnates in many forms. Therefore we are reading this. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam. It says in Brahma Samhita. Also it is Ramadi Murtishu Kala Niyamena Tishtan Nana Avataram Akarod Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavad Parama Pumanyo. That the Supreme Personality has many forms like Rama. So now if you look at all the avatars, expansions, we see so many, Supreme has many eyes, legs, hands and all that, etc. But actually as we understand, Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavad Parama Pumanyo, the Supreme is Krishna. One face, one hand, one body, one form. Hare Krishna. Yeah, question.
I just wanted to add that one, like
Yeah.
why we are not seeing Krishna. We are trying to see Krishna, but it's we know that Krishna reveals us. But similarly in Vishnu Sahasranam, Maharaj gives lecture like Krishna is the giver of bliss. So we don't try to experience the bliss. Why I'm not experiencing the bliss?
Why am I not seeing?
Experience.
Instead,
yes, so it's the same.
Yeah.
So Krishna is the giver of bliss. If you follow the process, then you will experience the bliss. So
Bliss.
similarly, if you follow the instructions, then you'll experience.
And knowledge of Him will be given.
knowledge.
Actually, Brahma says this in one prayer. Athapi deva padam bhuja dvaya prashadam le shanugrid eva hi janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno. Brahma in his prayers after Brahma Vimohanam Leela. Athapi deva padam bhuja dvaya, with the two lotus feet Vishnu. Prashada le shanu. Prashada means mercy. Prashada le shanugrid eva hi janati tattvam. To know you, we need your mercy. You will give the mercy for us to know you. Na cha anya pichiram vichinvan, and not after so long, so much study or research, but finally Supreme. Actually, He's here. We cannot see. Why are you looking far away? Why are we looking in space for God? He's here. He's there. He's right there. I am here. Soul. Next to soul, He's right there. But we cannot see. By His mercy, we'll see. Yeah, correct. Good comment.
Similarly, like Paramatma is the giver of knowledge, like Mata Smriti Jnanam Apmanam Cha. So, but if we don't even listen to local authorities, then how we can listen to Paramatma? But if we start listening to authorities, then we will be able to get inspiration, knowledge from Paramatma.
Yeah, there's a chain. It comes in the chains.
If we follow, then we can see things happening. Jai, Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.